I have $15 to create the best offense in the NFL. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Today I have a fun video. So here we have this graphic made by NBC. They made a pretty cool graphic. It's based off of this season. Obviously, some of the overalls might be a little bit sketchy. Now, I will do a fantasy draft, so I'm going to click triangle 3 times. Whichever team I land on is the team I will be, and that is the Dolphins. It'll just be a fantasy draft. So yeah, none of these players are going to be on their original teams. It's going to be a full-on fantasy draft. So here we have the lineup. And as you can see, it goes QB, running back, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, and tight end. Boys, I'm going to keep the offense that the team fantasy drafted me and the defense. I'm just going to trade our offensive stars for, these guys right here on this graphic. So the first one will be Joe Burrow. For $1, using $1 out of our 15, I'm going with Joe Burrow. That is such a steal. He is under Jalen Hurts. That is insanity. Even though Jalen Hurts won the Super Bowl, he still does not deserve to be over Joe Burrow. But that makes it better for us. So for $1, we get Joe Burrow. The next slot, I'm going with a big guy running back, and that is Derrick Henry. With $4, Derrick Henry will be on our team. That is $4. So $5 total we have already used. And next is the wide receiver 1. Somebody stands out. At $2, they have CD Lamb? Give me CD Lamb, please, for $2. That means we have only used $7 total of our budget, and we have $8 to spend on the other half, and only 2 positions left. So I think you guys can kind of guess where I'm going with this. For wide receiver 2, technically not wide receiver 2, but $5 will be used on Justin Jefferson. Jay Jettas, welcome to the team. You're telling me we got CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson with Joe Burrow? Are you kidding me? Bro, this offense will win the Super Bowl. And that leaves us with $3, obviously, which will be George Kittle. Now, let me know what you guys think of this offense so far, because take a last quick look. Do what you guys might want to do. Change up how you would want to change it. But I think this might be the perfect lineup. Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, and George Kittle. Lombardi Trophy, here we come. And gentlemen, here we are. And the team is finally done. And look, we have Joe Burrow, Derrick Henry, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, and George Kittle on the offense. They're all superstar X Factors. There's just no way this team doesn't win the Super Bowl, right? There's just no way. I'm thinking about just not even touching the playbook just because, like, I don't know. Okay, this offense is so good. I'm not going to touch the playbook, okay? We are going to sim the year. Sim to midseason, honestly. I want to see how we're doing by midseason. If it's not what we want it to be, then we'll definitely change the playbook. But I want to keep it as Dolphins because I want to keep it kind of natural, especially since always changing the playbook just makes me so mad. I hate how you have to change playbooks just to get stats you want in Madden. So I'm going to keep it Dolphins, and we're going to sim to midseason and see how we're doing. If it's really that bad, then I'll just change to a regular playbook. And by the midweek, we are 6-0. This is midseason. Only 6 games, so not technically midseason. But Joe Burrow has 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1,600 yards. Derrick Henry has 500 yards, 12 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb has 500 yards. Justin Jefferson has 500. They both have very similar stats. And then George Kittle has 217 with no touchdowns. So, I don't know. Joe Burrow's 9th in passing yards so far and 20th in passing touchdowns. Well, I guess this is a fantasy draft, so it's just hard to tell. But right now, boys, I'm going to sim to the playoffs. I think we're just going to keep the playbook. And I think if we don't go 17-0, this is a horrible season. Like, we need to go 17-0. And at the end of the season, we went 14-3. So, not undefeated, but that's okay. The defense, we didn't even check out the defense. So before we go look at the stats, I'm gonna do a quick checkup on the defense. Ooh, so yeah, this defense is not that good. We got Trevon Diggs, Paul Debo, Grant Delpit. We got Joey Bosa. Other than, like, we don't really got too much, honestly, on this defense. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna, I don't know. That defense is definitely the reason why we're not winning games. And at the end of the season, Joe Burrow has 4,600 passing yards, 38 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions on a 74 completion percentage. So a great year. Touchdown-wise, For the rushing, Derrick Henry has 1,400 yards and 24 touchdowns. Holy shit. 5.1 average yards per carry. No fumbles this season. Joe Burrow has 300 yards on the ground and 300 yards rushing. As for receiving, CeeDee Lamb dominated 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson also had 1,100 with 10 touchdowns. And George Kittle had 600 with 4 touchdowns. So Dolphins playbook clearly does not use the tight ends as often, but Derrick Henry did have 200 yards on 3 touchdowns in the receiving game. So yeah, I'm kind of upset by the stats. I kind of wanted something more crazy. Joe Burrow doesn't even win Offensive Player of the Year, or MVP, my bad. And yeah, Derrick Henry was third in Offensive Player of the Year. But CeeDee Lamb and Derrick Henry were the next 2 position players to get there. The Offensive Player of the Year went to these quarterbacks. Bruh. That's so dumb to me. I want Offensive Player to go to position players if you're going to make MVPs a QB award. Derrick Henry was the best running back in the AFC. We were first in offensive yards in the NFL by 500 yards. We were we were good in the rushing game and passing game, clearly. 32 points per game. That was the most in the NFL. We had the most touchdowns, the most rushing touchdowns, and we were kind of low on the passing touchdowns, about top 6, top 5. Second most in rushing yards, second most in passing yards, and obviously the best in total yards. So the offense did really good. But now it comes down to what clearly matters, which is the Super Bowl. I'm not going to jump into any game until we get to the Super Bowl. And we beat the Baltimore Ravens 35-23. Joe Burrow had 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Derrick Henry had 72 yards on 2 touchdowns. Justin Jefferson had 131 yards and a touchdown. CeeDee Lamb had 75 yards and 1 touchdown. And George Kittle just very quiet with this Dolphins playbook. I think I can go ahead and sim the AFC Championship in the divisional and go straight to the Super Bowl. I have so much confidence that we will make it there. And ladies and gentlemen, I fucked up. We are not in the Super Bowl. We lost to the Bills. We lost to the Bills with this great offense. Joe Burrow threw an interception. Derrick Henry had a good game. CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson had a great game. What the hell happened, dude? Our defense just was shit, I'm guessing. That's fine. We're not going to change anything. We're just going to change the playbook to Bengals playbook. That is my favorite playbook in this game, and we are going to pray that it helps. So here we are in the next season. Yeah, we're just going to sim, okay? We're just going to sim this. This is so upsetting that we did not win the Super Bowl last season. But with this great offense, and I have the playbook set, we're going to see how we go 17-0 with a monster stat line. And with the changed playbook, we went 15-2. Clearly, that is what was messing us up. And with the new playbook, Joe Burrow has 5,000 yards, 59 touchdowns record, 6 interceptions, 78 completion percentage. Derrick Henry has 12 touchdowns, 900 yards on the ground, so still a great explosive year by him. Joe Burrow has 298 yards and 4 touchdowns as well. And receiving, Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb went ballistic. 1,400 yards for CeeDee, 19 touchdowns, 1,200 yards for Justin, and 13 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy jumping in here as well with 15 touchdowns and 1,000 yards. George Kittle also had 700 yards on 7 touchdowns. So the offense is clearly unbelievably just bonkers with this new playbook. Joe Burrow wins MVP. Duh. Offensive player goes to Joe Burrow as well. CeeDee Lamb was next for the Dolphins. Joe Burrow won best QB. Derrick Henry did not even get top 5 in best running back. He was number 8. CeeDee Lamb was second in best wide receiver. Justin Jefferson and Xavier Worthy down here at 9 and 10. So clearly this playbook changed everything. We had the best offense in the league. Most offensive yards, most passing yards. We were pretty down here on the rushing yards, but that makes sense with this playbook. We had the most points per game by 6. We had the most passing touchdowns. And we were a little bit down the ways on rushing touchdowns. Then we had the most first downs. So yeah, Joe Burrow had 135 passer rating for the season. That is unbelievable. I think clearly now we can sim to the Super Bowl, and we will see us beat whoever is there, because there's just no way we do not win the Super Bowl. We lost again in the AFC Championship with the best offense in the league. We lost. I just can't, bro. Why? We are going to do this one more time. I'm not going to go in depth. We just have one goal in mind. That is to go to the Super Bowl. So the offense is still the same. Derrick Henry's down to star dev. I'm so depressed, because how does that happen? How do we have such a great offense and they're not producing a Super Bowl out of this? We are going to sim straight to the Super Bowl, okay? Because I do not want to play any games. I'm not looking at who won MVP, who won Offensive Player, who won this and that. I want to see a win. I want to see a Super Bowl win. Please, I want to jump into Super Bowl and see us lift up that Lombardi trophy. You're telling me the best offense of all time will not have a Lombardi trophy? Well, I guess that it was the case for the Broncos back when Peyton Manning got that monster season. And the big reveal, we are not in the Super Bowl, boys. Let's go. We didn't make the Super Bowl. We lost in the wild card. 47 points dropped on our fucking dome. Josh Allen had a field day with us. Joe Burrow had 2 interceptions. I mean, our defense. 47 points put up on us. The Ravens weren't even close to that in their next 2 games. 47 points? So clearly this is the greatest offense of all time, but it's not the greatest team of all time. That is so depressing, bro. I don't know. Joe Burrow won another MVP. He won another Offensive Player of the Year. But at the end of the day, does it truly matter? Because we did not win a Super Bowl! If you guys did enjoy, please let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe. Please, please, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.